Hello everybody, it's Tony here from Liana James Hair and Beauty doing our LJ Live episodes. Tonight is going to be all about hair treatments. You'll see behind me, I have a range of treatments in the background. We also have our wonderful Dolly here to help us. Hello Lena, welcome. Thank you for the love heart and I hope you stay tuned to us. We are talking all things treatment here tonight, but for those that have never watched this before, I just talk all things hairdressing and I like to be interactive with my audience. So I need to make sure that people are talking to me, messaging me about either the topic I'm talking about or anything else. Because I'm also talking about different topics in the future. I'll be talking about hair myths. If you have a myth that you've heard from your ya, papu, nonna, nonno, grandpa, grandma, I should say, or anyone else, auntie, uncles, witch doctors, whatever. I don't care where the crazy concoction has come from or the idea. Just send them through to me. I've already got a heap of them to debunk. And this Sunday, I'll be doing my show on debunking hair myths. So Sunday, around 8 o'clock, I'll be on here and we'll be having a chit chat about all things hairdressing myth style. So, tonight though, there will be another episode. I reckon it'll probably be the following week, I reckon. It's going to be about my hairdo, or lack thereof, but the history of my hair. So, from when humble beginnings of natural hair to something in between, and then this shiny noggin that you get to see on your on your computer, on your phone, or whatever device you happen to be watching this on. So, g'day Andy as well. Thank you for your contribution to the myths. The myth show is going to be on this Sunday. I was just telling everybody, so I'll say it again. I'll probably say it again at the end of tonight's episode. So today's all about treatment. So you'll see in the background here, I have purposely put out some treatments, and starts over here with oil balance, protein complex, equilibrium. I've got some bond defense here, and then we've got a little bit of behave. I'm going to go through the De Lorenzo stuff first because I think that's important. What is the best mask for hair breakage after highlights? In my opinion, it would be your bond defense. Put it simply, this little nugget here is unbelievable. Any breakage needs to be repaired by some sort of bonding. The bonds are the way to go at the moment. It started with another company, as we all know, or may know, but De Lorenzo have created their own called Novaplex bond defense. We use it in colors, so you do it in service, but this is the take-home version of it as well. And tonight I'm going to go through how to apply some of these critical ingredients. Now, bonds are the actual keeping the hair together, where some of these other things are sort of putting some nutrients really back into the hair. So I'm going to turn the camera a little bit so you can see Dolly, because one of the things that people don't do correctly when applying product actually is where to actually put it. So a lot of people will grab whatever product it is. We'll use a little bit of the oil. No, I won't use the oil balance actually. But they'll just do this top layer and that's it. Finished. Like that's done. Okay. The top layer usually gets a lot of the bad treatment, sun, whatever else, but it also protects the underneath parts of the hair. So you've got to make sure that this under part here is being looked after, okay? So when you're applying, you want to apply section and layer by layer. You don't have to take layers this thin. Lena, if you need this, I can try and organize it for you. I'll message you directly, by the way. But you need to take all different sections. So you don't need to take little sections like this, and spend hours and hours spraying a color into the hair, spraying a product into the hair. But it is better to take some sections so you can make sure that the product gets through. So the first two products I'm going to talk about tonight are going to be protein complex and oil balance, because these are the first two things that we use in the salon. We use them pre-color, okay? Sometimes not before foil, especially if we're just doing regrowth, because it's difficult with the foil technique, but we spray it in the hair all afterwards, so it's there when we go in with a toner or something like that. G'day, Marianne. So, these are the first two products. They're essential. They're all oil balance at home needs to be done pre-shampoo. You don't want to have this bad boy sitting on your hair afterwards. Protein complex is also really good actually in between your shampoo and your conditioner, okay, or treatment or whatever else it is that you're using at home. Now, why we always go when we're applying it before a color, so not at home now, I'm talking about purely in a color situation, we always go protein first and then we go the oil balance on top of that afterwards to make sure that it gets locked in. If we go oil first, this little bad boy, the protein complex, won't go through. So protein, your hair is made up of 97% protein. De Lorenzo have designed a product to try and mimic exactly what your hair is and does and look after the protein component of your hair. Oil balance is from your sebaceous gland. You have oils that come out. Those that have really oily scalp that don't get those oils to run through the hair, that's what this is trying to mimic. We often wash away all the oils instead of getting them through the hair, okay? So this we try to put back onto those ends. It helps make sure that the hair is pliable, that it moves, that it functions properly, that the cuticles open and shut nice and freely. It's a bit like oiling a hinge, I guess, and making sure that its integrity is maintained. If you're doing it at home, however, it's a bit different. But like I said before, you want to wash this out. So you go with this first, oil everywhere, wait 5 minutes minimum, or go beyond it. Okay, I encourage people to leave for 20 or whatever it needs to be. Then you go in and wash your hair, and while you're in the shower, then you spray your protein complex in, okay? Because you want the protein complex to be underneath that cuticle layer, and that shampoo has probably got rid of all that oil, opened up the cuticle a little bit, and boom, your protein can go in there and do its magic, okay? But back to the principles of applying. So if I was doing it at home, like I said, the first spray layer can be absolutely on the outside, no problem, or the top layer, if we put it that way. Then we grab 2 fingers, okay? Obviously, if you're doing it at the back of your head, you go like this, you pull your hair forward, okay? But you go like this, you put this hair out of the way, and boom, you give this another spray. At the back, I say a minimum of 3, on the sides, 2 sections. 3 at the back because your hair tends to go from here all the way down to your neck, where the sides go from here down to about your ear. Don't need to have that 3rd section in. So again, spray it again, okay? Then I'll move position a little bit. Hopefully I don't get in the way too much. There you go, you can see my head. Okay, 2 sections. We've already done the top one. Split this in half, spray it through there, and the same can be applied on the other side. Very important that you try to get through the layers. If you really want to be fussy, another thing that is pretty cool that you can do is grab your hair up. This hair under here never gets enough love. You know, it's the sort of forgotten hair of the hairdo. Okay? So get underneath it and give that a little bit of a spray from both sides. Okay? General rule is there's not too much when it comes to treatments and things like that. G'day Vanessa, welcome. But you don't want to go overkill, and you just don't want to waste the product, I suppose, fundamentally. Now you'll see that I'm going through here with a brush. It's important. Like I said before, a lot of people, when they have oily scalp and the hairs and the oils are sitting here, they don't move those oils through the hair. Okay? Even a spray can, like I've just showed you, is not going to get all the product to move through the hair nicely and evenly. So you want to get a nice Tangle Teaser brush. I don't get sponsored by anybody yet. I'm not that popular. But a Tangle Teaser brush is quite good because it's very gentle on the hair. G'day Sammy. Looking forward to playing indoor with you again sometime soon. The Tangle Teaser is important. It doesn't pull the hair. You can see it's very, very gentle. Comes through and gets through all the hair, moving that product through it nicely. Then your protein complex, okay? So this is a home example. We went oil balance first, okay? We wait 5-10 minutes. You go into the shower, you give your hair a good scrub. Then you come through, and before you put your conditioner on, you put your protein complex on, okay? Again, top layer, at the back, split it into 3, do the 3 layers, okay? And on the side, split it in 2. You can come in through there. You can come in, split this side as well, get it in. And then for those that really want to be fussy and good with their product, underneath and get it through. Again, you can comb it through, making sure you get all that product through. Now, it's important at this point, that's where you put your conditioner on after this, or your treatment. So your treatment might be a Bond Defense, for example, or it just could be a conditioner if you're not using a treatment, okay? And you put that over the top. It'll seal all that goodness into the hair and make the hair feel amazing and be amazing for you. It'll also look after your color, okay? That's critical to making sure your cuticle layer of the hair is the most essential part to making sure your color lasts long, looking vibrant, okay? Especially for blondes. Browns is exactly the same thing, really, because you've probably all seen someone walk down here with carrot ends and a nice brown top, because eventually over time that brown has started to seep out of the hair shaft, and whatever's underneath, the underlying pigment, is coming through, and that's what you're seeing there. Okay, now I'm going to talk a little bit about Bond Defense. Someone asked me a question before, what is the best for blondes, especially someone that has highly treated hair, that their hair seems to maybe be disintegrating or just not feeling very good and healthy. This guy's the best. The reason why it is the best is because it's purely designed to rebond your hair. One of the problems when you go through any color service and process, especially the most intense ones like lightening your hair, is that bonds in the hair are broken down. Okay? There's no real perfect way of not achieving that. This product helps reform those bonds. Us putting it into your color, whether it's a brown head of hair or it's taking your hair really blonde, it doesn't matter. Putting it in there ensures that the rebonding of your hair actually takes place. It's a whole full service with us. But this goes in after we're finished in the hair. Okay? It's very important. They say leave for a minimum of 5 minutes. Okay? You can do it longer. I know I've encouraged people to put it in, tie it up in a towel, leave it in overnight, get it up in the morning, jump in the shower, give it a scrub out. Amazing product, highly recommend it for those that are having issues with quality of hair. Finally, we have also here an equilibrium. Now, I said before, hair is made up of 97% protein. What is the other 3%? No one can hear me and no one's going to respond to me, but I'll tell you all, it is moisture. This product here is the highest moisture content product that De Lorenzo make and completes the range. The oil, which is your essential oils for your hair. The protein complex, again, the essential makeup and ingredients of the hair. And then finally, equilibrium, your moisture, to complete the full circle of treatment for your hair. Again, this is in replacement. You can do this on top of your conditioner if you really want to, but I wouldn't suggest that because of 2 reasons. Number one, if you start with a conditioner and then you put this on top, you've already started closing that cuticle layer and you're really wasting this product. You're better off, this will also close your cuticle, putting this in, you'll get all the moisture benefit and you'll also close off that cuticle. Okay? If it needs it. If your hair doesn't need moisture, I'm not going to tell you to take this home because really, what are we doing that for? Just for the sake of it? No. You're meant to be getting the right product for the right hair condition and type. Okay? And there's your full range on treatments. And we do all these in salons. It's really good because when we do it in salons, we don't just throw them in your hair and hope for the best. We also give your hair a really good hair massage. Okay? And you're going to say, well, that's just, artificial, I just like getting a massage. No, it's not. The benefit is not just massage. Please ask me questions, by the way. I probably haven't said this enough because I'm just waffling on. Ask me questions about this product or anything that you have in your mind. I think, I've always wanted to ask a hairdresser this question. Ask away. I'll answer it, I promise. So, we give a good head massage. It's not just for therapeutic reasons. I mean, there is a therapeutic benefit. You feel great when you get a head massage. You can see most people, apart from the ones that don't really like you touching their hair or head. But there's also a benefit. It actually encourages blood flow to your scalp. We've had cameras in from De Lorenzo, thankfully from them, that magnifies the hair thousands and thousands of times. And apart from their product that works where it increases blood flow, there is also, when you do a massage, you'll see the capillaries at the end of your nerve endings light up on the head. You can actually see it go red. It's quite awesome to watch. So when they're telling you stuff about this is what's happening and you can't, sort of see it, it's great because when you've got the magnifier, you actually get to see what they're talking about, which is pretty cool. So the head massage, very, very important. Come into us. we'll look after you. We can throw all these products on. Is there a color for blonde hair which will not damage your hair? Generally speaking, no. In simple, look, it depends what you're starting from. So people that already start from a light base, you don't have to push the boundaries of the hair to get the light color that most people are looking for. It's when you start with really dark hair trying to get to a really light outcome that's where the problems tend to start. Okay, and then it becomes a maintenance problem and all these sorts of things. So there isn't necessarily just one product that you can use, like one coloring technique or product that is going to save it. However, like I said before, if you use your bond, like when you come in, we mix this into the color. So it already helps your hair as you're going through the process. And then you take this home, so you keep doing it at home. And then we also, it's a two-step process, in the color, at the basin, number 2, this is number 3, hence, I don't know if you can see number 3 on it, but anyway, it's stage number 3 because it's the home hair care, okay? That's when you put this in. That will do the trick in trying to make sure that you can have the color that you desire, but make sure that the hair feels great and stays and lasts. So, sorry that there's no lightning technique that is perfect. The only other option that you have, and why I went through that process first, is you could just go with a tint. Now, tinting and lightening at the fastest it can lighten and the lightest it can lighten to is the safest for your hair, no doubt. But depending on your starting point, so how dark your color is when you start, will determine how light you can get it. And the problem is with that is that most people are not satisfied with that level of blonde, especially if they've been white blonde, like the background that we have here, you know, or really, really light blonde. If you're wanting that color or you've had that color, trying to convert people over to a tint is just very unlikely. G'day Anastasia, welcome, thank you, that's one of our staff members. This is Behave. And I haven't gone into this one because I wanted to go through the range of Di Lorenzo and how they all complement each other. But we also stock this in and we do use it quite often. It's called a rescue treatment. It's exactly that. It renews the hair, repairs the hair. It also does it as a preventing. So, you know, for people prior to doing a big service, big change in service, my suggestion would be to do a treatment like a Behave. It's only in salon, you can't take it home. We do have the Rescue Shampoo Conditioner. But it also has a very key, important ingredient called replicant. Now what it does, it actually goes into the hair shaft and actually makes it smoother and more relaxed and actually sits within in the hair shaft. It is the safer and cleaner and better version of like getting fillers and stuff in your, what's it called, Botox, like that sort of thing, right? Because it actually sits in the hair and then over time it just comes out and you replenish it again and it sits in the hair shaft underneath the cuticle layer, making it feel nice and smooth and clean. But it also has very good replenishing ingredients in there as well. So it's not just collagen, like I was just explaining. It actually is quite good for your hair, as well as sitting in there and holding and keeping your hair in a nice, smooth and very solid condition, which is quite amazing. So again, Behave, Rescue, we do it in store, and we've got the Rescue shampoo and conditioner on our store and in store to purchase as well. Now, again, ask those questions, keep them coming through. I'm really enjoying them. So today we just went through all, making sure, I just want to recap, going through the whole process. You're doing it at home. You start with oil balance, then wash, then protein complex, then either equilibrium or your bond defense, okay? That's what you do in the shower. Oil balance, wash, oil balance, wait 5 minutes, I should say, wash, then protein complex over here, spray it all over. And remember what I was saying to everybody, in the different sections, don't just do the top layer, okay? In the 3 different sections at the back, 2 sections on the side, okay? And making sure that we use a nice little brush to make sure it all goes through. Now, I have a very I've developed, I don't know if anyone's seen the singing dentist out there, but if you haven't, type it into Google, he'll come up. Apparently I look like him. So he's done a parody of a song, Shape of You by Ed Sheeran. I encourage everybody to jump on and have a look at that parody. It's the singing dentist who does it. And my suggestion is that after you watch that, you'll see my parody to his parody, which would be pretty cool. Now, I have a request from Rosie, who wants to go live with me. I don't know. Just waiting. I don't know if she's going to come or she's going to refuse it in the end. Probably thinking, no, I don't really want to do that. Or maybe. No? No, everyone's a bit. Oh! Hi, Rosie. You've requested to go live, so I'm still live. I'm live with you now.
Yes, you do.
The only way you're going to get out of this is by me actually saying no, so I'm going to do that. Hi, Cassie. So, like I've said to you, like I've said to everyone before, please follow through those questions. I'll have some really cool stuff. I'm going to do a parody to Shape of You. For those that haven't seen it, Singing Dentist, it's really pretty cool. Now, we're talking all things treatment here tonight, and what I've covered so far has been around our oil balance, our equilibrium, and our protein complex, which is pretty amazing for your hair. So, what it does do is ensure that your hair gets the nutrients that we sometimes fail to give it, which is very important that we do this with the hair. Now, if you have any questions after tonight's episode, please follow. Sunday night, I'll be doing myth busting, hairdressing style. Like I said, check out the Singing Dentist. If you reckon he looks like Red, probably his beard's a bit thicker eyebrows, a bit browner skin tone. But I'll be doing a parody to his parody, and that should be a lot of fun. Some people have had it already, early sneaky peek. Enjoy, everybody, and stay safe. Be good.